Hello everybody, I am PsyStarcraft and welcome to another StarCraft 2 commentary. I can never say another, I'm sorry, another. Anyway, we have this map, Tal'Darim Ultra, the Ultra being in the middle right here. A 1 versus 1 with vilePsY in the top right as the red Zerg against RatzDeezer once again in the bottom right. Did I say top right earlier? Bottom right as RatzDeezer Protoss. I can't speak right now. Now the question is, do I start over or do I just let it fly? Because the opening of the videos don't really matter that much. It's really the middle that matters. God damn it. And I'm just making it worse, but I think I'm going to keep this video. I think I'm going to let it run. These are sending out a 9 probe scout, and usually this will be to throw down a pylon to block the hatchery, but as all of you should know by now, I like to go 11 spawning pool. Get you out some early lings, get you a pretty good economy. Your fast queen will be able to inject plenty, and also lets you bust down these rocks a little bit faster than you'd normally do it. Now, you guys have seen a few videos of me versus Deezer in the past, and I'm actually 2-0 against Deezer, but he has beaten me before, so I don't want you guys to think, oh, well, Psy just covers up the fact that he has lost to Deezer or something, blah, 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 blah. I'm actually 4-1 against him lifetime. I've won 4 games, I've lost 1 game. And you guys have seen 2 of the wins, so we'll see what happens this game. 4 is coming up for Deezer. He's not going to go Nexus first this time. You guys saw last time I punished him pretty hard with just 3 lings when he went Nexus first on the Shattered Temple. Now, Tal'Darim Ultra is a little bit more forgiving if you do choose to go Nexus first, but he's not doing that. He is throwing down the Forge, wants to try to cannon me out or something. The Overlord is flying over the expansion as usual. And when my spawning pool finishes, I am going to be getting an extractor just to free up some supply for my Zerglings to come in. But remember to cancel that extractor. It'd be great if they actually go into your base and see you starting the extractor, so they don't think... so then maybe they think you're going to go some kind of economic build, but as you can see, I did cancel that. And Deezer did not spot it anyway, so it doesn't really matter. 4 hits on that probe. Is he going to throw down a pylon? No. Yes, he is going to double back. He's got 2 shots left. Lings are going to be on the way soon. 4 lings on the way, and 2 more shots on the probe. Oh, no, he does get that pylon down. And, you know, you have a couple options here with these lings. One, you can use all 4 to kill the pylon, break it down fast before it can... get a lot of health and throw it in the hatchery. 2, you can send 1 ling like this out against the probe, which I like better because, you know, 3 lings versus 4 lings for killing a hatchery isn't that important. And now you have more options coming up here. You can send all 4 lings down here, try to punish him if he didn't throw down a cannon fast enough, which is what I'm doing right now. Or you can send just 1 ling down there and send the other 3 to break down the rocks. And by the time you want to take your third, 3 lings can actually bust down rocks pretty fast. So it's really surprising how important these early lings are. And I am going to try to see if I can run by. No, this cannon is there. It doesn't quite get that second attack off on the Zerglings. And if I can't see any kind of way to slip by right here, this is where I want to take 1 ling, leave it here, and peel the other 3 back to go bust down the rocks, and that's exactly what I'm doing, leaving the weak ling here. I should have left a healthy ling down here. It doesn't really make sense to leave a weak ling where he might be attacked as opposed to, you know, breaking down rocks, but it doesn't really matter. I know he's going Nexus first. I haven't spotted it. Probably would have been a good idea to float this Overlord guy, maybe down here, spot the third, or maybe down here, spot the expansion, but, you know, you see a gateway just now coming, you see the Cybernetics core just now coming, you just have to assume that there's going to be a Nexus there. It's not really something Protoss will try to trick you with. It's not like he's going to know that I can't see the Nexus from, like, right here and then not build it or anything like that. So I'm not too worried about that. Don't get caught up on that. 2 more lings on the way. Normally I would not get these 2 extra lings, but I want to break down these rocks a bit faster because this build is so minerally economically heavy. 27 to 27. Second queen is out now. And a huge transfer coming down. A transfer of 13 drones, which is slightly less than half. Probably want to go for 10 or 11. 13 might be a bit too much. Yeah. Now busting down the rocks with 5 lings. Deezer is now getting his warp gates as well as a stalker, skipping the zealot completely, not really worrying about that, which is kind of good. I like that play. It allows him to get more probes, throw down an extra pylon, something like that. Start his +1 attack. Lots of cool things come out from that. These rocks getting about halfway down there. Distractors now going up a bit early. I like to get the distractors at 30 or at 40 drones. Looks like I actually got them at 37 drones, bringing me back down to 33 drones, but that's not going to be too important. I know he is going economic, and I'm going economic as well, so I'm just going to replace those missing drones with 10 more, 11 more drones. Going to take the Harvester lead by quite a bit here, and that's the great thing about this opening, is that it kind of scares your opponent into not being too aggressive. The Stalker isn't going out, isn't going to push out, even though I'm nowhere close to speed. Looks like he just wants to take the tower, and now maybe posing to be... excuse me, a bit aggressive, man. I say this every time, but I need to stop casting right after I wake up. Bad habit. Speed now on the way, as well as the lair. I like to get the lair before the speed with my first 100 gas, and evolution chamber coming as well. This is going to be a speedling build, and you should see a macro hatch or a third base any time now. If you're going to go speedling muta, you're really going to need those extra injects, those extra hatchery larvae for all the lings that you're going to be trading. And the evolution chamber is definitely going to be getting the +1 ling attack. Lings are one unit in the game that benefit the most from additional attack, because it increases their attack by 20%, man. They attack so damn fast. It's insane how good they are with attack upgrades. And this Stalker is going to be annoying with these lings, against these lings, trying to get us round, but kind of overcommitting with that surround. Stalker looks like he might get away, still quite a ways away from the metabolic boost. Spreading creep with that initial creep tumor that I pooped down with the first, with the second queen that came out. And now we're seeing the play from Deezer. 5 warp gates, blink Stalker. He's got a robotics facility here just for an observer, maybe for some blinking on some high ground. And he's actually getting 7 gateways. I don't know if this is normal or not, but that's a lot of gateways. 7 gateways, 8 gateway, blink Stalker off of 2 base. Now I'm going to see if he wants to prepare these rocks or not. There's the macro hatch, there's the third base, and additional queen being prepared for some injects possibly, maybe to go for the third base. And getting some scouting info with these lings. Harvest count of 56 to 53. But I say this a lot. Oh, and I'm actually going to get a run by. I see everything that Deezer's doing. I see 2 gateways. I see a lot of Stalkers, 3 more Stalkers. Able to run into the back. Am I going to spot these gateways? Yes, I am. 3 more gateways being spotted, so I know exactly what he's doing. There's no way he's going to go Dark Templar. I see him chrono boosting that blink Stalker. The blink from the Stalkers and tons of gateways. He's actually trying to hide an expansion, too. He doesn't want to expand down here for whatever reason. I don't know why he'd want to do this. I suppose blink Stalkers are pretty mobile, so it won't be too hard to defend, but if I spot it before it completes, before he's able to pylon it up and fortify it, could be bad for him. So Harvester's now sitting at 56 to 54. But anyway, as I was saying, I say this a lot, he may have similar Harvesters to me, but he doesn't have the growth potential that I do. I already have that third base up, 9 meters on the way, as well as several lings already existing. +1 attack is about to finish, and he is going for his +2 attack, if I could click that. +2 ground weapons. A lot of Protest players will just completely ignore shields, completely ignore armor, even after the reduced costs. So maybe these are not adapting to the patch changes as he should. There goes my phone, beepity beep, and 4th hatchery is on the way. And here's an observer. You know, I think something that's really underrated in any kind of matchup against Protoss is destroying observers. Meanwhile, this Ling has actually scouted this expansion. He's just going to cancel it. He was hoping to hide it. He kind of assumed, you know, I don't have enough Lings, or I don't have enough Stalkers right now to defend this, and he would be absolutely right. He saw the Lings moving out with that observer. But as I was saying, I think it's really underrated. Killing observers, you know, you just kind of see the observer and you're like, oh, I don't have anything around to kill it, whatever. But now I'm going to actively hunt out these observers. I saw that first observer, took him down. The second observer I wasn't really focused on at this point. But I'm going to go for it as well here in a second. You see my mutas are trying to find it. I'm not really sure where it's at. Overseer's going to come in and spot the observer. Are my mutas going to double back and get it? Yes, they are. I have spotted that second observer. +2 attack on the way, +1 attack for my mutas. And Deezer's choosing another tech route aside from the blink Stalkers. He's going Psionic Storm. And, you know, people have said in the past, you know, against Ling Muta, go Storm. It's really good. I disagree. I disagree completely. I don't care who said it. I disagree. PsyStorm is great against mutas. I mean, great against Lings, but it's terrible against mutas. It's not good against mutas. If you're playing against a good Zerg player, you're not going to be able to catch more than a couple mutas with your Psionic Storm for just a couple seconds, 20 or 30 damage to each muta. And you might say, well, if you get like 5 of those, or if you add up all the mutas you're hitting, it's worth it. No, it's not, because Lings will just come in and kill everything after you mutas snipe the Templar, and it's just not a good play. I really, really hate Storm against mutas, or I should say I like Storm against mutas, because it's really easy to play against. It's that simple. well, I can recycle them into Archons. Oh, good for you. And what are you going to do with those Archons? Die after getting like one shot off? But anyway, enough of that. Deezer is preparing his third base. I'm taking my fourth base. You always want to stay one base ahead of your Protoss opponent, as a Zerg. And if we check out the units, I've got several links, 77-22 against just a few Stalkers. Only 17 Stalkers at this point in the game. That's not very many. Trying to get some harassment down, but Deezer, despite not being able to stream cheat, because I did black out the stream while I was playing this, he is going to block out those mutas. So some nice map awareness by Deezer, knowing where to place his Stalkers to prevent any kind of harassment. So that fourth base is coming up, trying to find an avenue of harassment here, and it looks like I might just find one. And look at this. This is kind of a key moment in the game. He's got 5 Templar, kind of tucked in between these pylons. Stalkers are a little bit out of position, but they're vulnerable. And I don't care if I lose 10 mutas right now. If I snipe 5 High Templar at this point in the game, it's going to be huge. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Templar going down. How many mutas did I lose? Like maybe 2 right there. Storm is not good against mutas. I cannot stress that enough. Finally, the blink going down, and that's going to snipe a couple more mutas. But still, incredibly cost-effective little play right there. Sniping all those Templar, plus 1 damage with the mutas, and now I'm just going to run away. And that's why Templar are just too slow. Storm requires kind of stationary units, like they require low HP units or units that are slow. And mutas aren't really either. They're kind of low HP, but I'm going to take this opportunity to move out because I realize I killed a lot of his money there. He didn't have too many Stalkers, and if I can snipe these Templar right here and move in with these Lings, just imagine if he doesn't have Templar in this unit composition. -4 Templar. Okay, he's got 6 Zealots, 17 Stalkers, and 1 Archon against 140 Lings and 22 mutas. So damn lopsided. I'm running off 4 hatcheries, 5 hatcheries now, and now I'm going to be moving in. I see the Templar and I realize, wow, this is a really good spot to storm. He's going to try to do that. Let's just back off. And there I go, storming his own Zealots, only catching a few Zerglings on the edge. And now before I send in my Zerglings, I want to try to snipe the remaining Templar because he still has 1 Templar with Storm. And down goes the Templar. Now I'm going to be sending my Zerglings into the right here, or some of them at least. Some of them getting caught on left. There we go. And he has some fortification here with the cannons, but he's kind of splitting his forces. I'm going to send him over here to the left and kill these Zealots. Great storm by Deezer. Finally a good storm, but notice how the storm does damage to the Templar and not the Lings. Going to focus down the Cybernetics core so he can't pick any Stalkers. 4 Dark Templar actually. Looks like he's going to go for some harass, but he had to warp them in to try to take down these mutas. Blinking away now, and these Dark Templar are proving to be quite effective. And are they actually getting hit? No, they've got hit by the storm. I was like, are they getting hit by the glaive bounces? But you can't hit Dark Templar with the glaive bounces. It's not possible. They were hit by their own storm. But the Cybernetics core did go down. He is replacing that, and I didn't want him to train any more Stalkers to try to take down my mutas, so that's exactly why I destroyed that. And I have noticed the Dark Templar Overseer on the way. Keep in mind, I am rallying from this base as well. He's got a pylon set up right there, and here comes the shit talk. I'm feeling like I am ahead. Overseer is in. It's got the speed upgrade, +2 attack on the Lings, +2 attack on the mutas. He's got +3 attack himself on that Forge. But it doesn't look like it's going to be enough. He's still mining just fine. 74-73. I am on 4 base. He's on 3 base. Remember, I'm on 5 hatchery as well with the additional queen injecting non-stop. But I'm in his mineral line taking down the cannons. His core is just now completing so he can make some more Stalkers. And it looks like he's forfeiting this base completely. He's going to focus on rallying his forces in his main. As you can see, he's warping and everything there. Getting Archons, but Archons are a really bad unit. They're kind of a recycle unit, as you've heard before. You want to, when you're DTs or High Templar have no more use, you want to recycle into Archons. 42 Lings on the way. Spending money pretty well considering, you know, I'm just making Ling Muta, and I'm on 4 base right now. Not really mining off this additional base. These are actually warping in some Zealots to take that out. And going into the main and saying, wow, he's got a lot of stuff in the main. That's where he's been warping in. Okay, let me go for the third, because I thought he'd been fortifying the 3rd base, but he'd actually been fortifying his main. So I'm going to completely ignore that main base, go for the 3rd. He is getting another Forge. He wants to throw down some more cannons. 2 Forges, actually. Maybe for some wall off. But these Lings are going to get in. These Zealots are warping in a terrible spot. Those Lings getting a lot of blows on them before they're able to do anything. Lings finishing off the expansion here. Archon's trying to move out with some Stalker support. And I brought in some drones just because Deezer is an asshat and I wanted to BM him. But, you know, he might actually defend this. He's taken out my expansion here. I threw down a bunch of spies in response to that, but the saturation of my 3rd base is terrible. But he's even worse off. 66-36. He's got some money to warp in, but not a whole lot of options here for him at this point. Tons of Lings just continuing to rally, as you can see right here, finishing off that Archon. 3 drones still exist, and there's 1 BM hatch. I'm glad he can see that. I was making sure he was in range of seeing that. And he says, I'm not mad. You're just an all-in Nobo. All in. 19-minute 4-base all-in, I suppose. Okay. Let it be known that I am an all-in Nobo. Or did he say hobo? Nope, Nobo. So an all-in Nobo on 4-base 20 minutes into the game with Mutalisk +2, +1, +2, +1. I'm really bad at this game. He's so bad. I'm not going to do any more Deezer games. He's not worth it. He's like low master when he's not stream shooting. So hope you guys enjoyed that. I love seeing Deezer get stomped, but that's going to be it. And as always, yeah, thanks for watching.